Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to our Tuesday 6 p.m. meeting, Zoom meeting that is. And I would like to introduce you to our Canvas show. Okay. And if you haven't watched the orientation video, here it is. If you've done so, great. Are there any burning questions? Okay, you can use the chat function to say something, like I'm typing a message right now to everyone, or you can speak your mind. Okay, I have this meeting recorded. I hope that I have the recording available to share with the class later on. Okay, so if no question, the syllabus is an important document. You need to read it carefully, and if there's any confusion or anything you need to you need further clarifications on, you need to let me know, okay? We're gonna begin by clicking on week 1 module. Other assignments are listed here. The welcome module is for information, you know, to let you know more about the class and about NetTutor and what you need to do to get started. But all that has already been covered by the orientation video. We start off by going with the order listed here under week 1 module. So required readings first. You want to look at this because it includes important links, like if you don't have your textbook yet, the chapters are available to you via this PDF. Okay. So while you wait for your book in the mail, and you should already have, and I hope you should have placed the book order on Amazon to get it already. If not, you still have some time, so you can go to Amazon and try to locate and buy the book. I usually just go search for it by this, and you don't need the 13th edition, you need the 11th or the 12th. Okay, that one is expensive, you don't want that one. Maybe you can buy the used offer here. Okay, so like $7. Yeah, up to $7. Okay, please place an order right away if you haven't already. You need your book, because I don't have all the PDFs for the assigned readings, for the chapters that I assigned for you to read. And you need to read the assignment, because well, you won't be able to write the right essays if you don't read these chapters, and you can't do the quizzes well if you don't have the book with you. Okay. Other important links here under week 1 required readings are the drama critic test description. This is an essay that is due week 5. We have 6 weeks total for the summer semester. This essay is due week 5. The reason I want you to look at this now, because you need to find a local play that you're gonna appear in person to watch in person, not over YouTube or a rented DVD. You need to be present at a live performance. Any play with a plot is okay. The key here is a plot, okay, a storyline. You need to retain the ticket stub and the program for this, for a place that you choose. So one of your classmates posted this link to the Orpheum Theater in San Francisco And I know that it could get expensive here. So if you can have, or if you have access to other cheaper local plays, if you could share that with the class, that would be awesome. Okay. So drama critique, do week 5, not today, this week, but front loading it, letting you know in advance. The other important essay is called the research essay, and the task description here. We barely started, I understand, but because we have only 6 weeks, in this semester, you need to get started on this right away so that you have adequate time on this essay. It is an essay, but it requires 3 different types of sources, as indicated here. The total page requirement is 6 or more, but you need to follow all of these requirements here, all these checklists. So what you do is you select one of these literature choices, one of these literary terms choices, and then you do research on those, and then write an essay that can address, and that addresses these questions. Okay, the questions in bold here. So answering these questions hopefully will lead you towards a thesis statement, so that you can further support and develop with your research materials. Okay. You need at least one source that can be a website or a popular periodical, one source that is a peer-reviewed periodical, which means that it is scholarly by nature, and then a credible book. Okay. So 3 different types of sources, but only 3 sources are required. Okay, you don't have to do a whole long list of works cited page. It is in MLA format, not APA. Okay, so that's for you to closely read this week. Once you are ready, you can advance forward with this module by clicking next, and you will reach our first quiz. There are 4 quizzes this week. They are 10 questions each. You have 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do each quiz, and you have 3 attempts. So the highest score will be kept. The points from the quizzes are altogether accumulated under the participation category for your grades. Okay, so let's go to syllabus and look at the grade distribution. Okay, so this 15% includes all the quizzes and the discussion forums. Each week we have 1 discussions forum. Okay, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. Please let me know if you have any question at any given point in time. If you're not clear about something, don't suffer in silence. Always let me know, and I will try to help to the best of my ability. Okay. So as you can see here, all the essays are 45%. The final exam is 20%. And pre-writing and outlining materials are 10. Each one of these essays must accompany a pre-write and an outline. Okay. I always have templates for each of these essays, so don't worry about that. All you have to do is follow the templates and complete the handouts, and you'll be able to obtain these 10%. This 10%. We do have a Wix project, which is just a blog that you post your important essays on there. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute. See here. Let me go back to our quizzes. So 4 quizzes this week. They are due on Friday, though. Don't forget to meet that the due date. Okay. Writing about a story quiz, about a poem, about play, and the discussions forum for week 1. 50 points up for grab. You need to respond to all tasks listed here and respond to 2 of your classmates to earn those 50 points. Okay. So 90 points total for week 1 up for grab for the participation category. The first task here is simple. All you do is introduce yourself. So when you do that, you click reply, and then you do self-introduction, and you type out maybe 2 sentences, 3 sentences. And I like teaching online classes. Okay. Next is the scavenger hunt that forces you to read the syllabus more closely. Okay, so a series of questions, and you can easily find answers from the syllabus. This test enables you, or lets me see that, ensures me that you read the syllabus carefully. That's what it is. The next task is this slide deck I have prepared on the writing process and the PI essay structure. Now, each major essay requires that you need to apply the PI essay structure to your essay. If you don't apply it, I take away points. There is a rubric attached to each major essay. And we are utilizing a scoring guide for the midterms, including the diagnostic essay. Where is the part where it, oh, here it is. So this is an outline template for PI. So PI is point, illustration, explanation. Okay. More slides for you to review. Okay, so just look at this slide deck and do the following. List out all the steps with adequate details on each of those steps, the steps of the writing process, that is. Okay? That's what you do for that task. Next is a task on the PI essay structure, and this document shows more information, including the link to a YouTube video that will explain to you more what PI essay is. Okay. This link includes more information on the PI method. Okay. So essentially, this document is a resource to review the PI essay structure. You need to respond to these questions to earn credit for that task. Okay, 6 questions based on that video on YouTube. Okay. Next, you need to do this activity on this essay. For example, it says that you can highlight the thesis statement using yellow. Okay. So if you think that this is the thesis statement, then you go here and you highlight it yellow, like that. Okay. Now, in order for you to modify this document, you need to go to File on your end. After you sign into Google Drive using your Gmail. If you don't have a Gmail account, it's free. But you can also copy and paste this over to Word. It will be more laborious, more work on you if you do that. So Google Drive is better. So you go under File, you go make a copy, and then you make your own copy, right? So that you can save it to your own Google Drive. I'm gonna borrow Natalie name. And then, you know, you put it in the correct folder, wherever you want it to be. And you click OK, and that will generate your own copy so that you can edit your own copy. Once you are done with this task, this portion of test your knowledge activity, what you do is you go to share, and you click the share link, shareable link here. You copy that, and then you go over to the discussions forum, right? And you go Pi essay structure, test your knowledge activity, and then you include that for me, okay? And that's how I would check to see whether you've done it or not, okay? And to give you credit for that task. Now you always have the option to not do a certain task. So of course, if you don't do that, you know, a task, you will lose out on a few points. Okay. So instead of getting 50 possible points, you might lose out on 5 or 10 points. Okay. But again, these points are subsumed underneath the 15%. If you are crunched on time, and a certain task seems to take on a lot of time for you, you do have the option to bypass that task and focus on your essays instead. This task is on the drama critique assignment that I talked to you about earlier. You know, this one. Okay, so I'm asking you to post any findings of a potential local play to watch. If you Google search and you stumble upon, or you ask around and some of your friends told you about a play at a high school this summer, or maybe a retreat somewhere that puts up Shakespeare plays. I know in the Santa Cruz Mountain during the summer, there's a Shakespeare company that puts up free play for people, but I don't know much. I don't know a lot more than that. So if you happen to know, please share that with the class, okay? And that would enable you to get some credit for this task. Otherwise, to earn credit for this task, just post 1 to 3 sentences on your plan of getting this assignment done. Now, here's Wix, which is our penultimate task, the next to the last task. You go to wix.com. Is anyone new to Wix? If this is your first time, anyone? So are you all familiar with Wix? Okay, so thanks for responding, Stephen. Okay. And Nicholas. Okay, so I'm gonna go and show you from scratch. Gonna log out. So open a new browser, type in wix.com. Boom, okay. Then click on Get Started. Click Sign Up. Any email works here, including Yahoo or AOL, if anyone ever uses AOL anymore. Outlook. If you have a Gmail account, you can use that. Or if you want to use your Facebook account, you can use that as well. So I'm gonna do my Google account since I like Google and I've been using it. So I'm gonna follow and log in with Google, with Gmail. And the first time you log in, you signed up, you're gonna see this page. This page right here, okay? It says what kind of website you're gonna create, and you wanna click on blog. And now you wanna choose the Wix editors option here, not the artificial design intelligence option, because that's doesn't give you a lot of choices, I don't think, as many choices as the Wix editor. And I'm used to the Wix editor already, so I'm gonna have you use this with me. Okay, so click on the second choice where it says Wix editor. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and then select the literature block. Okay. You can select other templates as well here. You know, you have the option to choose another template instead of the literature block, but this is the easiest block template to start out with. The other types are really not applicable, or they don't lend themselves easily to our needs. You know, we don't get our needs met using the other types. So the literature block is your best option there. I've already created one, or I've created many of them, so I'm going to choose one of my previous ones, like the one that I created yesterday with the class, the group of people I met yesterday online. So this was what I created with them. Okay. So this recording is it? Hold on. As it populates, I'm just checking something. Okay. It will take up to a minute or so. Okay, so here is the Wix editor, and if you see grids and menus like this, you are in the right place. Okay. To change anything, you just hover your mouse on top of it, like what I'm doing, right? I move my mouse onto this area, and then the area is highlighted. So if I click once on it, just one time, this submenu opens. I could do animation if I want to, but I'm more interested in editing the text. So I click edit text, then it's highlighted, okay? So I just change it. Okay, and then I can play with the text settings over here. When I'm done, I click the X, okay, to get out. And then again, if I want to change the subheading, I hover my mouse on top of it and I click once, or I can double click to bring up this menu to have it highlighted so I can change the text. Okay, and I play with the text settings over here. Once I'm satisfied, I can just close it by exiting it out. Now I scroll down and hover my mouse to this section, and I click once on it. This menu opens, right? I have the option to stretch. I have the option to change the settings, but I'm more interested in manage post. I click on manage post, and this sub window opens up. This is where I can add my essays. To earn 10% for this category, you need to put up all of your essays. Okay? These essays need to be up there on Wix. By default, you have already made posts as templates. If you don't like them, you can just delete them. Like I'm gonna delete this one. Delete. Okay. So if you want to start with a blank slate, just delete everything. And if you do that, then you need to go up here and say create a post. It's creating a post for you. I'm doing this just because I have no student exemplar, and I have no essay from students saved. but you want to, put your original title here. And then you copy and paste your essay over here, okay? So you open up your revised and polished fiction essay, and then you select all. Just imagine that this is your essay, right? You select all and you copy it, and you go over here. All you do is you paste it, okay? That's what you do. And then you want to, just fix it up a little. Maybe add spaces. Fix it up so it looks a little nicer. And if you're ready, then you can go to, sorry, I have things that are in the way. Go to publish, click publish, and the post is available here. Now you can add a picture over here if you want to. Okay, you can add a picture there. How do I do that again? Post setting. Oh, down here. Add an image, add a gallery, add a video, add a divider, insert HTML code. Okay. So it's up to you if you want to make it beautiful or not. Once you are satisfied with your work, then you just exit out, okay? And the last thing that you do is click publish. Click publish so that you can get the URL by clicking view site. And this is the right URL that you need to copy. And then when you are posting it, you say my Wix URL. And then you post that there. Okay? That's the right URL, not this. If you copy and paste that over, that in there, this is not the right URL. So you don't want that one. You want to have this one instead. Okay, so that's how you do this. But then it asks you to also write 1 to 3 sentences reflecting on what you've noticed so far about Wix. So what you've experienced so far by playing around with Wix for the first time or the second time. So you can say, oh, Wix is so intuitive, Wix is cool, or you can say Wix sucks, things like that. And once you're ready, click post reply. You can also do each task separately. If you don't have time to do all of them at once, you can chunk them, break them up, and then just do them as you go. Okay. So I did everything all together at once. So like Galgrafi, I'm sorry, I probably butcher his name. He did it task by task, and that's okay, right? Stephen also did that task by task. So 2 of your classmates have gotten started on this discussion forum. Even though it is due on Sunday before 11:59 p.m., you can always get it done early so that you can focus on the next assignment, which is, oh, by the way, before moving on, I need to emphasize the fact that you do need to reply to your classmates ×2. So as I've responded to Gaurav that he needs to come back to this forum and then read his classmates' posts and respond to them. Stephen also needs to do that as well. They haven't done that yet, but there's still time for them to do so. Doing that will enable them to get full credit for this assignment. This one is an FYI, okay? Just an FYI. You can read it or not. It's just my justification and explanation for my teaching style, blah, 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 yarn. Okay, next. Diagnostic essay is my first attempt to introduce you to the English 1B final exam, which takes place on July 26th, Thursday, July 26th. You need to be at Evergreen Valley College campus in room SC116, which is our write-in center. I will remind you of this information again later on. But this is a crucial date because that's when our final exam takes place. It is a departmental final exam, which means I don't have a lot to say in this matter. I just administer it and then I help score it, and that's to the extent of which I get involved with the final exam. There's a committee that decides a topic for, it's called a topic committee, and this committee chooses you know, the passages, the poem, and the prompt for you to write on. Last semester, this past spring semester, the prompt was on immigration. There was a poem, and there was also a passage or an excerpt from a news article. Okay, so the 1B final exam is always a comparison and contrast essay. Okay, there's always going to be a prompt like this that has two different types of passages or two different passages on it. For example, this diagnostic prompt were taken from a previous semester, include a song lyric by Tupac called Dear Mama, and then a poem called Mother to Son by Hughes. And the students were asked during that semester to write a full essay, fully developed essay, which means academic essay, comparing and contrasting the attitudes, okay, from the two given pieces. Discuss how tone, style, language, and imagery in both pieces support your analysis. And then you need to compare your own views with those expressed in one or both selections by describing specific examples from your own experiences or observations. So this is the whole prompt. Your essay needs to do both of these stated tasks. Okay? A fully developed, complete essay. In order to earn credit for this assignment, however, for now, because this is just a practice, you just need to try your best and write a complete essay. Okay? The scoring guide is used to score the English 1B final exams, final exam essays. A panel of instructors gathered together on July 26th. So after students, English 1B students submitted their essay written in the large green examination booklet, we gather together and we read these essays, and we use this scoring guide to score the essays. Okay. So each essay will receive two separate scores because two readers will read the essay and give a score. Before we score it, we have what is called the priming. I forgot what it's called. Oh goodness, I just did it. But they train us again. The writing coordinators train us how to read better, more accurately, and assign scores accurately, okay? We read the essay holistically, but we don't want to be all over the place, so we calibrate by going through that training again. Each semester is the same thing, so that we can ensure high reliability and validity when we score the essays, okay? So a 4 or above, a 4, 5, and 6 means that the essay has passed. I mean that there's a passing score on the essay, okay? 3 or below means that the essay is not good enough, so it's a fail. You pass the final exam, it doesn't matter if you get a 7 or a 12, you will still have 20%. Okay? If you have a 6 or lower, it will be a 0%. Okay? So why 7? Why 6? Well, two readers give you a score. Okay, so if one reader gives you a 4, but another reader gives you a 3, that combines to become a 7, and a 7 is a passing score. Okay, so we are gonna have this diagnostic essay to help us practice for the final exam. We are also going to have 3 midterms. These are practices, 3 attempts, 3 opportunities to practice for the final exam as well. Okay, I'm not sure if they're gonna recycle the same prompt that they gave out this past spring semester. I doubt it. Okay, because they want to ensure fairness, so they're probably gonna have a different prompt. We don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Nobody does until July 26th. Well, the topic committee members do, but I don't. All right. So that's the diagnostic essay. Okay. Don't sweat on it too much. Just do it and write a complete essay. Oh, this is week 2 already. So I'll put a week 2 maybe on. I'll try to get it up maybe on Sunday. But next Monday when you join me again, or next week when you join me again on Zoom, I'll explain week 2. And week 2 will have more materials than week 1. According to our syllabus, you scroll to the bottom, you have a tentative schedule with the items listed here, okay? So as you can see, week 2, there are more quizzes than week 1. There are more items on this discussion forum. Your fiction essay is due soon, okay? So the pre-writing and outlining materials for the fiction essay is due next week. As you can see, the 6-week time constraint is really problematic. So you really need to keep on top of your assignments for this class. It's really easy to get overwhelmed if you don't keep up, okay? So please plan accordingly and chunk your assignments. What questions do you have for me? Or let me take attendance while you think of your questions or your comments. I do not give you points for attendance. I take it because I need to submit the census report. I need to keep a record for logistical purposes. Yes, I will go over again what is due for week 1. 1 second. Okay, so this is the home page that you see upon logging in. And what you want to do is go to either modules over here to the left, or you go to week 1 module link here. So here is where you get to see all the items under week 1. Okay, you start with week 1 readings so that you can do the readings and then be prepared to do well for the quizzes. You have 4 quizzes due on Friday, okay, by Friday. Each quiz, you have 3 chances to improve. Okay, so it's really easy to get these points because at the end of each quiz you are shown the answers. Okay. In the past, we had students who didn't do the reading well, but then they kept to the quizzes, and they met up with me regularly for feedback on their essays, and they did everything well and correctly, and they ended up with an A. Okay. So it's possible for you to skim the readings and not read it, from beginning to end. I'm talking about the chapters, assigned chapters for reading. The more important things are to complete the quizzes, to do the point attached items like the discussions forum and the diagnostic essay. This essay, the 25 points, falls under the 45% category for essay. Okay, so that essay is an important assignment. I would try to get that essay in. Which reminds me that late submissions, that means a week late, that those submissions incur 10% penalty. Overdue submissions, meaning submissions that occur 2 weeks or longer, will be given a 50% penalty, meaning that the maximum that you can get for overdue submissions is a 50%. In other words, if you choose to turn in the diagnostic essay 2 weeks from now, the maximum points value you can get is half of that 25 points, so like 12 points. Okay, so don't procrastinate, and the quizzes will close after the due date, and they cannot be made up. The midterms cannot be made up. If you miss a midterm, you miss the due date on a midterm, unfortunately, it's like you won't be able to make it up. Okay, just like the final exam, there's no makeup for the final exam. This is a departmental, divisional, college-wide decision. Okay, so the items due week 1 are the quizzes by Friday. By Sunday, week 1 discussions forum and the diagnostic essay. Is that clear, or do you want me to explain more? I have this meeting recorded, so I would try to. I would try to make it available to you, just in case you forget something later on. You can always rewatch the recording or watch the recording again to help you out. Okay. So let me take attendance and then ask me more questions. If you still have more questions as you work on your assignments, don't hesitate and go back on Zoom tomorrow at 10 a.m. and then again on Thursday at 6 p.m. You don't have to attend more than once a week, but if you need my feedback or you need more instructions and whatnot, don't hesitate, and you're more than welcome to join me again later on, okay? Any other question? Comments? Okay, well, that's it for week 1. We'll meet again later on or next week. Good luck with your assignments. And I can be reached via inbox on Canvas or my email bin.vo@evc.edu, or you can text me. The information is available on Syllabus. Okay, so this is my text number. Don't call that phone number because that's just for logistical administrative purpose, that I have to put it there. But this is the number to reach me faster. Okay, by texting. I don't receive any phone call on that number, or you can also email me with that. Well, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. I'm gonna end the meeting now. Goodbye.